Tough but fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like our players are ready. Sultai Delver versus Deathblade. Wait, that's not Deathblade, right?
No, he should.
Death and Taxes.
Death and Taxes.
Different Death. It's just left over from the last round. There's our friend Deathrite Shaman. I was just thinking, boy, I really wish we could see some more Deathrite Shamans. It's been so long.
That's what I always think.
I was actually thinking how we hadn't seen a Mother of Runes on camera.
Mother of Runes typically a very good turn 1 play versus a lot of these Delver decks. Get it online as soon as possible. And we got Ponder here. I mean, so Hans knows immediately what he's against with with turn 1 Karakas, Mother of Runes.
Is there a more revealing turn 1?
Well, you could go turn 1, you know, Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, then Show and Tell.
I guess. I'm not even sure that reveals as much.
Yeah, turn 1 Delver, surprisingly, I don't think reveals as much.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, he has the planes now. Don't know if he had the planes on turn 1. Is it maybe a multiple Karakas draw and you're baiting the Wasteland? I don't know. Maybe he just top decked the planes.
So he didn't even reveal. He knows he has the second Delver on top. He's going to look to get both here. Oh, 3 Delvers.
3 Delvers. And this, he did not shuffle from the Ponder, right? So he knows the next card.
He knows the next card.
Presumably, he's going to flip all 3 of them.
This could be 9 damage very quickly.
It's quite the opening. Thalia.
So Bruce, if he can start dealing with Delvers, presumably can. He's kind of has his defenses up, so to speak.
He didn't have it set, but he has a Brainstorm. Does fetch land, land.
Oh wow!
Was he holding something? Surely. Yeah, okay. Hymn to Torok was in his hand. Gets to put it on top.
Yep.
And they all flip. Had to spend the mana on the Brainstorm, though, so he does not get to cast the Hymn to Torok. That's not the important part. The important part is 9 power worth of flyers. Shows him as the card he drew.
We have Hans's list here.
But does Death and Taxes have a way out of this? 3 flipped Delvers?
Does not look like he has much here. He can buy himself a turn, it looks like.
I mean, it's basically plow, plow, plow does get there, but those are 2 mana plows because of the Thalia.
Yeah, Hans's opening was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, turn 1 Deathrite into Wasteland plus Ponder plus Delver.
And then
into Delver, Brainstorm to flip.
Unless Bruce has the plow for a Delver, the Deathrite Shaman's going to eat him.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a 1-turn clock from here, huh?
So Bruce has to have a plow.
He has to have a land, too. There's a Thalia in play.
Oh, yeah. So actually,
I think we're done.
Yeah, he's locked under his own Thalia there. Or no, the Revoker's probably on Deathrite Shaman actually out there. Yep.
That makes sense.
Buys it. Yep.
Still,
it's it buys him a turn. We have something coming down for 3 here. If this is, I think, what do we have it? If this is Liliana, or no, he can't play that. He might, looks like Abrupt Decay, the Revoker, or no? Hymn to
Just Hymn to
Torok.
Torok. Empty your
Mhm.
hand. Oh, not quite.
Yep.
Sorry, he's got more cards than I thought.
He has Liliana the Last Hope in the deck, but couldn't cast it this turn.
Hymn to Torok. Crusader and a Flicker Wisp, I think. Yeah, I think Bruce has the posture of someone who knows he's dead and just wants to see if
Yeah.
he's going to get any more information about what cards his opponent's working with. Two life left to work with. Three Delvers on the other side. Is balance
Three
legal in this
flipped-
format? Wouldn't
three
even help. He's
flipped
got his own
Delvers, yeah.
creatures. Yeah. All right, on to game 2.
And so sometimes that's just the raw power of Delver, right? You get some of those explosive openings where they just all flip.
That was
and-
about that one was kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah, that was a definitely very above average draw for Delver. You're usually happy to get, one and then flipping.
Right.
So definitely an above average draw. Looking at the sideboard though, Hans looks well prepared with this matchup. He's got some Toxic Deluge. He's got the Massacre.
Why did he not play the Flicker Wisp?
He had a Flicker Wisp in here.
I'm pretty sure that's what I saw get hit by the Hymn to Torok. There's a chance I missaw it. I'm judging off like a flash of the art, but I thought it was a Flicker Wisp. I guess he needs to Revoker the Deathrite, or Deathrite's actually dealing as much damage as a Delver just about, but...
I guess, yeah, I guess he can,
I don't think he could play Flicker Wisp and Revoker, because... If he Flicker... I don't know.
yeah, if he had Flicker Wisp.
I don't know how
then-
he gets out of
yeah.
that, but...
Makes a little, well, because then he would have had the Mother Runes to give it protection
Oh,
from
yeah,
blue,
yeah.
block a Delver. I don't know.
Take 6,
Yeah.
and 2 from the Deathrite.
Yeah, I think Bruce kind of just resigned himself to the fact that he was not going to win that game. And that's kind of what happened a little bit.
Yeah, if I saw it right when it get discarded,
Yeah.
I think I would have liked Flicker Wisp better, but decent chance I saw it wrong.
But I like Hans's sideboard. He looks, the Massacres are obviously going to be coming in here.
2 copies of Massacre. Huh. Yeah, this is the matchup you have those for.
Yep. And again, as you'll see with most Delver decks, with Hans going back to the draw here, you're going to see the Dazes coming out.
Makes sense.
And then over on Bruce's side, we have sort of War and Peace probably not coming in. I could see an argument for Light and Shadow, but if he had it.
Maybe Needle comes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, I could see. So a lot of people do like bringing in Needle versus Deathrite Shaman.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
I don't know that this is a Cataclysm matchup.
No.
Council's Judgment seems too expensive.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
not much in the sideboard here.
I was going to say, Bruce, and typically what I've seen is Death and Taxes can really beat up on Delver decks too.
Right. I mean, the
Yeah.
trick, you do it with the mana denial, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Delver deck, the mana base is a little bit on the fragile side. I
Yeah.
mean, the spells are cheap, but it's a whole bunch of non-basics.
Exactly.
And you start taxing them with Thalia and hitting them with a Wasteland.
Exactly.
They can just crumple.
Yeah, you can just go kind of like, and you get rid of, dodge a lot of their counter spells with it. Aether Vial, start kind of
Right.
pushing through guys. You don't really need to be using your mana to play lands, more so just kind of waste effects, things like that, and then you start
Hordes.
taxing their mana. So Hans definitely was helped by that strongly above average draw there.
Yeah, well, Bruce played Thalia as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But by the time he played Thalia, there were 3 Delvers and a Deathrite in play on the other side.
Well, yeah, and then you definitely have some of that, play draw consideration as
Fair.
well.
Fair. All right. Well, Bruce gets to play first this time.
Mhm.
We'll see if the game 2 goes any better.
I really like Hans here with having a Liliana of the Last Hope. Quick Liliana, if he's able to go turn 1 a Deathrite, turn 2 Liliana of the Last Hope, it's going to be pretty rough for Bruce.
the wrong one.
So again, turn 1 Mom. Very ideal play for Bruce here.
Yep. But better than last game. It was basic plains, Mother of Runes,
Yes.
crucially.
Turn 2 Stoneforge. And so it gets the Batter Skull, as is the standard. So Hans, no turn 1 Ponder or Delver here. Takes his next draw.
Turn 1, fetch lane, go, just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the odds of him possessing a Massacre go up if he's keeping a draw with nothing to do on turn 1.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Especially with, Deathrite Shaman, and the Delver decks tend to mulligan really well.
Right. I'm like, what draw do you keep that does literal nothing on turn 1? Well, I keep if it's got a Massacre, that's for sure.
He could have had maybe a Fatal Push, but I think I might have pulled it Fatal Push there. And there's the Massacre.
Massacre
Goyf.
and a Tarmogoyf. Wow. That was not a bad turn. Card's so ridiculous.
Oh, and Rest in Peace shuts down the Goyf.
So it does.
That Goyf is not going to just be a chump blocker.
Aether Vial joins the team as well.
So Aether Vial is pretty much going to essentially brick any mana denial strategy that Hans would try to go. Also bricks any counter spells that he might have kept in, although I highly doubt Daze is in. And Massacre, a card that doesn't see necessarily a ton of play in a lot of sideboards. Definitely a lot of debate out there. If I'm Bruce, I'm still just jamming there.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Bruce did anything wrong. Liliana. I mean, Hans with multiple Massacres in the sideboard, too. This is obviously a card he's committed to. I've certainly seen and played a lot of sideboards with maybe one Massacre or two is definitely a commitment.
So no, Bruce, this is going to shut down a lot of Bruce's creatures, as Liliana will just be able to kill them. Doesn't get the grind value because Hans is no longer going to have a graveyard.
Yep.
But we may see an emblem, depending what Bruce runs into. And they're just going to keep wasting. If I'm on Hans's side, I'm not 100% sure if I wasteland. I might want to keep my lands up. He has Aether Vial.
Yeah.
And potentially with Athalia looming, I'm not necessarily sure if I want to kind of get in that mana taxing war.
Fair. Now, Mother of Runes comes in, but also dies. It's a Fatal Push? Yeah, Fatal Push. Before it can go active.
Bruce is
I'm with you, by the way. I think if I'm Hans, I'm using my Wasteland for colorless.
Yep.
Voker on Liliana's pretty good.
Voker huge there. And Hans already went through one of his Fatal Pushes.
And Mother of Runes is back.
If he gets to untap with Mother Runes, this is going to be pretty big for Bruce.
Yeah, Hans needs to kill Revoker and then kill Mother. But no, he gets the last card, and that's all he gets.
Yep, and that's the Batter Skull that was off the Stoneforge.
Huh. Mother of Runes turns on.
Players in the 6 p.m. Legacy event, your tournament will be moved to table 361. It's by gathering.
I guess Bruce can attack with Revoker if he's willing to tap Mother of Runes to kill Deathrite Shaman, which I would think he is.
Oh, yeah.
Have now been posted by gathering point A.
So Hans, what, probably has to take this until he's got the removal spell, and then he knows he can cast Deathrite in.
61.
And another
Him
him.
you again.
It looks like a swords.
Jeez. Yeah, the hymns were a little too slow this game.
I was going to say, that was a little bit of a risky of an attack from Bruce the turn before, because that could have opened up potentially for some removal. If he goes to block with the Deathrite, he has to give it pro, and then Hans can respond if he had the removal spell.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Bruce knows that. He's just...
Yeah. In theory, too, yeah, I guess he has to push because, in theory, a Delver deck typically is running better off the top.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Just watch?
Yep.
Let a 1-2 hold off his team? Hans continues. That Wasteland makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
All right. Deathrite is back.
Thalia and Revoker coming in.
Ha! He blocks Phyrexian Revoker with 2 different colors worth of creatures. In fact, 3 different colors worth of creatures. The point being, Mother of Runes cannot save Revoker.
I think Flicker Wisp is going to cut you up. That's what I was thinking might happen there.
Timely Flicker Wisp. I like the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he can free Liliana, this board changes dramatically.
Ooh, Toxic Deluge off the top.
How insane is Deluge here?
Wow.
Good lord. I mean, there's the Thalia, so it's a 4-mana Deluge.
He still
Hans
needs the
needs
mana.
1 more mana. He needs that Wasteland. He
And
needs one of those Wastelands, and then Deluge for 1
Needs
kills.
2, actually, the Thalia on there. And that's
But
kind of
there's
why.
a Deathrite.
Well, no, there's
no
nothing in the
graveyard.
graveyard.
Of
And that's kind of to my point earlier. I didn't like Hans going with the Wastelands, given that he might get stuck under a Thalia later in the game.
That Deluge for 1 would kill literally every single creature Bruce has.
Yeah.
And only the 0-1 Tarmogoyf on Hans' side.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, once kind of the Vial came down, I thought it might have been a little risky for Hans going for...
I think you called it. I think you're right.
The Wastelands.
If Hans had the ability to tap Wastelands for colorless. Now, one of them hit a port, which would, in fact, have messed with Hans' ability to cast a Deluge. I liked the one on the port, but the one on the Karakas? Like, what does Karakas do on this board? Saves Thalia, sort of?
And I mean, the tough part for Bruce, too, is he has to still try to power through that, knowing that there's kind of that Toxic Deluge kind of just looming.
Oh, did he manage to kill the Thalia in combat?
Yeah.
He double blocked, killed Thalia in combat, so now he gets the Deluge for 1.
Oh, this is going to be rough. Now Liliana's going to really start taking over this game.
Why does Deathrite die?
Wait, how did Deathrite die?
I don't think Deathrite's dead. Yeah, he threw...
So I think what happened here is Hans might have paid 2 life to protect something coming in off of the Aether Vial, but wasn't Bruce empty-handed?
I thought I saw him flash 1 finger,
Okay.
but I might be wrong. The sequencing there from Hans, he had to get that Thalia off the board. That was actually pretty important. Like, he threw a lot of resources away to kill it in combat, but I think he was right.
Yeah.
Put himself in the position where top decking 1 land would get him out of this. Yeah, Death Right was not actually supposed to die.
Okay, so he did pay 1.
Isn't that what that was? I mean, there's clearly a judge
Yeah.
coming over to sort this out.
We're gonna have to resort out. We unfortunately don't hear the communications down on the floor, so we'll get this sorted out for everyone.
I mean, I don't think it changes anything. It's just What did he double? What did he block the Thalia with to kill it? He lost the Delver in that combat, right? But what else did he have?
I can't see the thing. I think he blocked with Death Right and
Was there another Death Right? The previous Death Right in play
yeah.
at that point? Right, so if he blocked with Delver and Death Right, Bruce first struck down the Delver, but Thalia died to the Death
Yeah.
Right. Whoa, if that's true, then couldn't he first strike down the one creature and then
And-
use Mother of Runes to
Yeah,
get
I
protection
feel
from the other?
I think he sequenced it wrong. That
Whoa.
mother should have protected the Thalia there.
Well, you saw me. I was surprised
Yeah.
the Thalia was off the board. I
That's-
just didn't. I
yeah.
missed the combat. It sounds like
That's
Bruce
why
had
I'm
a line.
surprised the Thalia is not on the board still.
I think.
Yeah, I wanted
Hans
to
is-
kind of
that
hear what
sounds
was
right.
going on, but yeah, I was surprised the Thalia.
I mean, he just chose not to use the mother to protect it. Was willing to lose Thalia to keep his mother alive, maybe. That makes no sense. He knew the Deluge was there.
Yeah.
Deluge was revealed by the Delver flip. Yeah, I think Bruce messed up that Thalia attack.
Yeah. It looks like we're rewinding.
All right, we rewound to the point where the Death
Yep.
Right was not supposed to die. Nothing's going to change. Bruce is still going to top deck Stoneforge Mystic and play it.
Yeah, and this is
That Death Right Shaman
Yeah.
refuses to die. He should have died in the Thalia combat. Could have died in the Thalia combat. Managed to kill a Thalia. Managed to survive a Toxic Deluge. And here we are. Yeah, this feels like a game where it's starting to get late.
it's
getting
getting
round
later in the
9.
day.
People aren't
Getting late in the
usually
day.
playing
yeah.
9 rounds. I mean, even at a Grand Prix, like, so many people have at least one bye.
Yeah. I was gonna say they still have 3 more rounds, or
Two after this.
2 after this. This is usually the end of the day for a lot of people after this round. They still have 2 more to go.
All right. Liliana points at Stoneforge Mystic.
Allows the Deathrite Shaman to attack.
Indeed. Does not kill Stoneforge, though. Maybe Hans had it all figured out with those wastelands, because if he hadn't wasted the Caracas, like we both like the wasteland on the port, but wastelanding the
port-
Caracas, it's the only way he was going to kill Thalia. Caracas would have saved Thalia. All right. Stoneforge got a Jitte. Stoneforge picks up a Jitte. Only problem, Liliana means Stoneforge has no power. So Stoneforge cannot actually attack effectively with the Jitte. Liliana's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still in on this plan.
And it doesn't look like that Jitte is going to be able to do anything. Hans has a Abrupt Decay in hand.
Interesting.
We might see a Liliana emblem.
Yeah.
We are heading towards that range.
Yeah, for sure.
Get ready for emblem hype.
8 loyalty. Liliana, the Last Hope emblem? Indeed.
I prefer making my zombies off bridge from below, but this is also a really sweet way to do it.
Where is Last Hope in the Liliana power rankings?
As
she's
overall
still
overall planeswalkers, or just in the Liliana bracket?
Well, in the Liliana bracket, like she's keeps moving up.
Mm-hmm.
She's still number 2, right?
I like Liliana the Last Hope in like this type of deck. You know, grindy, the mid-range Delver type decks more so than Liliana of the Veil.
Yeah.
I guess on raw power in a vacuum, you probably might have Liliana of the Veil.
All right. Meanwhile, Liliana did not use her plus ability on the Stoneforge, so it can attack and potentially get counters on the Jitte. Hans, you said he had Abrupt Decay
He
in
has
his hand?
Abrupt Decay.
So he could, in theory, kill the Jitte. He has apparently elected not to. He prefers to kill the Stoneforge, get it off the table before he uses his Abrupt Decay, I guess? It's not like he's hurting for creatures at this point. So Stoneforge dies. 2 Jitte counters arrive. Bruce is going to finish off the zombie that he dealt the 1 damage to.
Yeah, the Jitte is not really threatening much at this point.
Jitte does not deal with
Yeah.
Liliana Emblem, that's for sure. Needs like Mirren Crusader.
Oh, Mirren Crusader would be big game here. Or he needs to run into another Flicker Wisp. Get airborne.
Sarah Avenger can go airborne,
Yes, it can.
but it's Thalia. Thalia may hold off a couple zombies for a couple turns, but my look-ahead skills tell me Thalia does not actually control this board for very long.
It would be cool to say we saw a Liliana emblem lose. He also has a very expensive Tombstalker in his hand.
Waste on Caracas so that it's possible to kill Thalia. Bruce just picks it up. Interesting. Doesn't want it to die to Liliana. End of turn. Liliana Emblem says, how about 3 zombies? Wow, what a cool game.
Man, if
Yeah, Bruce managed to get Hans down to 5. That whole sequence where he was
he
attacking.
flashes in a Mirren Crusader here.
All right, this time
yep.
Liliana successfully kills
Yeah.
Thalia. 4 zombies in a Deathrite attack. Want some more zombies? Or is Bruce Chow done with this round? I guess we'll get 6 zombies. They go up so fast. There's 20 power worth of zombies in play already.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this. Yeah, Bruce.
Crazy game. Man, it's tricky to know, Mac. If Bruce had played that Thalia attack differently, maybe he eked out that game. I mean, he had
Yeah.
Hans down